Make sure you guys get your free stocks from Moomoo. Link down below. Deposit at least $100, and you could get up to 5 stocks, each of which could be valued up to $3,500. And on top of the 5 stocks, you also get 1 free share of NEO guaranteed. So again, use that link, deposit $100, and enjoy your free stocks. And with that being said, let's break down the markets. Oil, is it time to sell the rip that we're seeing in the markets right now? And I also want to break down kind of what I'm doing here. So sit back, relax, and let's get right into the video. So you guys see here, oil is up over 5.5%. And before we even break down oil, let's see what's going on with the S&P 500, the Dow, the Nasdaq, all of the main indexes here in the U.S. So we have the Nasdaq up 1.2%, the Russell's pushing up 2%. We have the S&P up 0.7%, the Dow's up 0.8%, we have the VIX down 6%, and even though the indexes are up and the VIX is down, the metals are up in a big way as well today, which is nuts. Usually when we see the stock market up a lot, the metals go down, but today everything's up. We have gold up 2.7%, silver's up 4.5%, so one heck of a day out there in the markets. And if I pull up SPY, let me see what's going on here on the 20-day chart. You guys can see one heck of a rally today. You can probably see it better on the 5-day chart. Let me show you guys this. Yeah, you see one heck of a rally here from about 11:45 a.m. up until literally 20 minutes ago, 1:15. SPY went from 4:15 to 4:27. It rallied almost 3%. Now we are seeing in real time some profit taking. SPY's down about 1.2% in just the past 20 minutes. So I want to show you guys what I'm seeing here on these charts and why people, investors, traders, whatever you want to call them, right, institutions, why people might be selling the rip right now. So take a look. What we're noticing on this 5-day chart is, number one, the downtrend is still intact, right? The fact that we failed at 427 is not a good sign, considering, do you guys remember 427? I was mentioning that level a lot the past couple of days because 427 was a big support, and now that we broke under 427, it became resistance. The fact that we're failing at 427 now shows that it's a strong resistance and shows that the downtrend is still intact and the bears are still in control. So if I was ultra bullish on the markets, I want them to reverse. I would have wanted to see 427 break, and the fact that we're not getting that, we got rejected, now we're down to 422, that's not a good sign. It looks like, again, people are selling the rip, and by the looks of it, on the 20-day chart, this might go back down to test the lows from maybe earlier today, or maybe even from about 2 weeks ago at $410, which those lows were set when Russia officially invaded Ukraine. So it looks like this is simply a relief rally, a bull trap, a sell the rip opportunity. And, we might be going lower. That's what the chart is telling me right now. And I'd be very cautious trying to buy into this, especially as a short-term trade, because it really could be a bull trap. And that's kind of what I'm seeing playing out right now. And the same thing goes for Triple Q. Triple Q saw a nice rally off of 320 this morning. And mind you, we got very close to 317, which was that low from the end of February. So we bounced off 320. Now we're trading in the high 320s, and we're noticing this is slowly starting to collapse back under the 50 moving average. You guys can see that on this hourly chart, and if I pull up the 5-day chart, you guys can see the bulls are still intact. We did not break out of yesterday's highs here on the 5-day. You guys can see yesterday's highs were 338. Today we topped at about 333, at least as of now. I mean, we still have about 2.5 hours of trading. Anything could happen, but right now we're failing to break out of yesterday's highs. Bears are still dominating the trend here on the 5-day, and I'm not seeing it change. I'm not seeing any signs of a breakout. And when it comes to oil, we got some news today, insider information, whatever you want to call it. This came out of, I think it was an anonymous source. The U.S. will ban Russian oil, liquefied natural gas, and coal, according to two people, again, who are anonymous at this point. The decision was made in consultation with European allies who rely more heavily than the U.S. on Russian energy, another person said. The U.K. move will be done in concert with the U.S., and the ban will be phased in over the coming months, according to the person who requested anonymity, speaking about policy that hasn't yet been announced. And Russian oil, if you guys didn't know, and by the way, look, oil's now over 6%, is pushing up to that $130 a barrel high that we hit just a couple of days ago, on the 4th of March. Russian oil made up about 3% of all the crude shipments that arrived in the U.S. last year, according to the Energy Information Administration data. And let me show you guys this crude energy or crude oil dependency chart, because again, like I just said, Russian oil made up about 3% of the shipments in the U.S. last year, so we're not too dependent on Russia oil here. We get a lot of oil from Saudi Arabia, Canada, and other countries, but the Eastern European countries, let me show you this, they get a lot of oil from Russia, some more than others. You guys can see the chart here. This shows the crude dependency of Eastern Europe, and you can see in the top left we have a percentage scale from 20 to 100%. Obviously, 80% is darker blue, 20% is lighter blue, and under 20% is gray. So we can see here Poland relies heavily on Russian oil at about 80+%. We have Hungary around 60 to 80% of their oil imports, crude imports, are from Russia. We have Bulgaria at around 80%. We have Finland at around 80%. We have CZE, which is what, the Czech Republic, I believe. They're around 40 to 60%. You guys can see here DEU, which is Germany's, around 20 to 40%. And did I mention Hungary? Hungary's around 60%. So Sweden is about 20-40%. So a lot of these countries, Turkey even, Turkey not that much. Turkey's about 20%, something like that in that ballpark. But a lot of these countries in Eastern Europe, guys, are relying on Russian oil, and they're going to be hurt. They're going to be hurt. In the short term, this is definitely going to have upwards pressure on the price of oil. I mean, we're already seeing it here in the U.S. The national average is above $4, and at this point, it might already be above the $4.11 all-time high that was hit back in July of 2008. And if it didn't hit already, if that all-time high wasn't breached already, it's probably going to hit at some point this week or maybe next week by the looks of it, with oil now pushing back close to 130 a barrel. And in my opinion, it's going to break 130 a barrel. So these countries, guys, are going to be suffering 100%. We see the airlines completely getting destroyed. We have American Airlines. Well, today it's up 6%, which doesn't mean anything considering in the past 3 weeks alone, it is down 30%. We have DAL, Delta Airlines. This one's probably even worse. DAL today is up 4%, but overall in the past couple of weeks, it's down 30%. What else do we have? LUV, Southwest might not be hit as bad. Southwest is only down about 16-15%, but UAL, did we do UAL yet? UAL is down about 36%. So these airlines, some more than others, are getting destroyed as they rely heavily on oil, energy, and the price of energy going up is not good for them. We have the cruise lines getting slaughtered. CCL, Carnival Cruise Line, is down 32% in the past couple of weeks. We have RCLH, or is it NCLH rather? Norwegian Cruise Lines, they're down about a good 30%. And the list goes on, guys. Royal Caribbean's probably not any better, maybe even worse. Royal Caribbean's down 27%. So these companies are getting massacred at this point in time. And again, I don't see this ending in the short term. In fact, it's probably going to get worse. As I said again, gas prices are likely going to go to all-time highs in the U.S., and they might go $5 national average. Who knows? Maybe $6 national average. This is I don't know about $6. That might be pushing it. But $5, it's definitely possible. I think there's a high chance that that happens. So what do you guys think about oil, energy? What do you think about that chart that I showed you? Drop me a comment. Make sure to smash the like button. And let's quickly take a look at some of these stocks today that are doing pretty well. JWN is up 6.5%. Looks like it is making a move off of these moving averages on the 4-hour chart, which is good. We clearly saw a pullback after earnings, which makes sense considering the stock went up like 30-40% the day after earnings. Now it's down about 15%. Actually, well, considering today it's up 6.5%, it's only down about 8%. So it looks like this is getting ready for round two. It's starting to break out, so I'm watching. Well, it's continuing the breakout, so I'm watching JWN. We have other stocks today. Let's run through some of these. We have a good amount that are red. DWAC's down 8%. Smith & Wesson's down a good chunk, about 4.5%. DraftKings, what else is new, is down today, down 1%. We have GameStop on the flip side, up 7%, which is nuts. Airbnb is up 7.5%. We have some of the big tech names. Let's see how these are looking, considering they have such a big weighting in the overall markets. Apple's up 0.6% today. Google's up over 2%, which is great. Facebook's up 3.5%, and I was going to buy more Facebook and Google today, but now that we're up a big amount, and like I mentioned earlier, this might be a sell the rip opportunity, I'm going to hold off. I'm going to wait until maybe tomorrow, maybe later this week to add more Facebook and Google, because I think there's a chance that this rally and all these stocks in the markets today, like I mentioned, I think there's a chance this is a bull trap and we might be going lower. So I'm going to be waiting. I'm going to wait it out. Hopefully I get rewarded, and I'd love to pick up Facebook low 180s, maybe 170s. I'd love Google anywhere from 2,000 to 2,200. I'm going to be a heavy buyer at that point. So that's a quick little breakdown of what I'm seeing here, guys, with stocks, certain stocks, nothing too crazy, and more so with oil. And like I said, oil's probably going higher, guys. That's the reality of the matter, and I'd love to know your thoughts down below in the comments. Make sure to smash that like button and subscribe. And if you want all my real-time buys, sells, call-outs, morning update videos, everything I'm doing in the markets, more access to me throughout the day, direct access, that is on Patreon, link down below, or you guys can go to stocksurfest.com/Patreon. And don't forget to get your 5 stocks from Moomoo using my link down below. And you also get a free share of NEO. All you have to do is deposit $100, and you get those 5 stocks, each of which could be valued up to $3,500, and you get that free share of NEO guaranteed. So get your money, link down below. I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace out.